And I'm back. Are you tired of trans voice tutorials that require either a linguistics degree or a sound engineering degree to even understand it? Would you like a trans voice tutorial without complicated words most people wouldn't even know? A tutorial that you could say could be understood by literal 5-year-olds. Here it is. Change the voice from this to this. How to trans voice part 3. Mastering resonance. Yeah! This tutorial has explosions in it. That's how cool it is. That's right, lovely audience. This is a continuation of a previous voice tutorial about resonance. This is a tutorial on how to master resonance, extend what we've already learned. So, if you've never done resonance in your life, I do recommend the other video, as much as I want this video to perform good. Basically, we're going to cover transitioning, haha, pun intended, a resonant voice into words and sentences. Not yet, pitch. A trans voice requires many components, not just pitch, but we'll get to you. Promise. Alright, let's do this. So last time we had fun making sounds such as which of course is super helpful. It creates the foundation of resonance, but we also need to learn how to actually speak. So that's what we're going to do today. Hello and welcome to our Q&A panel on all things trans and all things resonance. What's your question over there?
Does that mean we don't have to make silly sounds?
Nope. Sorry friends, speech pathology is all about making silly sounds. That's how it works. Let's do it. More silly sounds. Let's go. You know how we did a very exaggerated sound last time? Well, it's a very drawn out sound. We wouldn't really talk like that. However, we're basically going to transfer that into words. However, since we learnt resonance with an M sound, I am selecting a word that starts with M. Mango. See this word right here? I admit, it's a bit of a trick. See that N sound right in the middle? To explain it without using complicated words I learnt from my complicated degree that I never used, it kind of just cuts off your airflow, basically. So when you go mango, you kind of gotta reapply the resonance, basically, when the N shows up. Did you know you can't make an N sound while pinching your nose? Did you try it? If so, I got you. So what's the point of this fact, actually? Well, you can't start every sentence by going before a word. That'd be embarrassing. Hey, did you see Lucy's epic trans voice lessons with additional voice lessons available on patreon.com? Yeah, I did. What? That's what the video said to do. As you can see from this hyper-exaggerated example that probably wouldn't happen, eventually we'll need to make a resonant, bright voice without relying on our little training wheels, the sound. Well, because this N sound cuts off the airflow, you kind of have to reapply the resonance, which will be helpful for us to eventually not need that before we say stuff. So, let's try this silly little word before I feel the need to eat food in front of a computer while listening to some random guy in his late 20s tell me about the history of a show I vaguely remember. Let's do it. Okay. Mango. It's okay if you don't get it first try. Practice is essential after all. If you have trouble keeping it buzzy, oh, I wrote busy in the script, that's embarrassing. So if you have trouble keeping it buzzy, like a kazoo, then you can even try going mango. This may be easier, this may be harder, adding the little M right in the middle, but if it works for you, then great. But if it doesn't work for you, feel free to ignore that part. So now that you understand the basic exercise, grab any word that starts with M right now, okay? Any word, it doesn't matter. You can pause the video and think of the greatest M word imaginable, okay? So I'm going to think of a word and count down. We will both do the exercise and see if we pick the same word. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Milkshake. Did we get the same word? Let me know in the comments. Alright, so next on the to-do list is sentences. They feel kind of scary because they're big. But don't worry, our determination is bigger. Yes, I did another explosion. If you think this is going too fast, that's because objectively it is. Give it a try, but if this is too hard, you're welcome to practice the single words for maybe a couple of weeks and then come back to sentences. The point of a video is for you to watch it at your own pace. So it's up to you when you do this part, okay? So, for a sentence, we need a few things. We need the letter M to be in the first word because that'll be a bit easier for us. It has to not be too long because you might run out of breath. And free, it has to be a sentence you would say in everyday situations. Like, we can make our sentence have the word make in it, right? Like we could say, how about, make sure you subscribe. Okay, tough crowd. How about we do a different sentence? Maybe one would actually say to someone. Make sure to hydrate. Which is important when practicing. So, listen to me do it first, then let's do it together. In between each word, I'm going to place the buzzing M in between every word. This is a training wheels tactic and it will help us do this a bit quicker. So, we'll eventually remove these M's, but they'll help us maintain buzziness, brightness, and all things resonance. You can find it in that video. So, I'll do it first, then you do it, okay? Make sure to hydrate. Okay, let's do it together. Okay, and it's okay if the buzzing M into other words is complicated. We'll get the hang of it. Make sure to hydrate. That buzziness, that sense of forward momentum of the voice is hitting the target in front of you. And that sentence is also hitting that target. That target is gonna hydrate and you're gonna make them hydrate. Politely, of course. Remember, the objective isn't to sound like the funny girl in the video. It's to add resonance to your own voice, to find what feels euphoric for you. This is a small component, so it won't sound perfect straight away. It'll likely sound a little silly, almost like some kind of chant or like a spell or something, like summoning something. Let's try again, one more time. Make sure to hydrate. Well, that's not good. Am I gonna fall on my head every tutorial? I swear, this just keeps happening. Wait. How did we get here? Lovely audience, this is bad. This is... If I stay in this place, located in critically acclaimed RPG Final Fantasy XIV too long, I'll procrastinate this video. It'll never come out. Luckily for us, you could say our Chan voice exercise was a spell in a way, come to think of it. So, what we're gonna do, and this might work, this might not work, we're gonna have to use our power of resonance together to get out of here. We have to make a sentence so buzzy, so resonant, that we will escape. And I'll be able to finish the video on time. Okay, Let's do this. Alright. Okay. Here we go. Here's the plan. We're gonna transport ourselves somewhere super quiet and productive so we can concentrate on our voice. So let's try a sentence. I'm gonna go with milkshakes are tasty. I have a feeling it'll come in handy. Also, I'm kind of thirsty. So, this sentence does have a small trick, and I will present it to you in a film format that predates me. Hi everyone, I finally get the chance to use my linguistics degree for a linguistics themed fact show. So, see that K sound? That's called a fricative. It sounds funny. Knowing the name is not important. I just think it's so funny I had to share it. If I had to be the one that giggled in a lecture room with 100 other students staring at my immaturity, so do you. Fricative. Oh, right, the relevant part. So, similar to the N sound from earlier, it'll cut off the airflow, meaning we'll have to be extra careful to make sure the buzziness of the resonance maintains the entire sentence. You got this. Now, illogically back to me.
Hello, it is me, Steamboat Willie. I have entered the public domain and can now let you know that I am canonically transgender.
Alright, we have our sentence. I justified my degree. Let's do this. Milkshakes, tasty. I can hear the magic nearly working. Let's try one more time to make our getaway. Remember that little K sound? Well, that's going to be a bit challenging. However, practice can overcome literally everything. Alright. Ready? Milkshakes, tasty. Wow, a door appeared. That actually worked. Okay, let's go. Wait, where are we? I don't think this is the right place. Pitch, what do we do? Okay, I really don't think this is where we need to be. Okay, let's... Oh god. Am I gonna get copyright struck for this? We gotta get out of here. Alright, this is the... I don't think we're gonna be productive here either. Fine. Alright, second full of the video. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. We've landed in Blue Lagoon from Pangya, an MMO that shut down years ago. No one will interrupt us here. So I know you're thinking. Random voice coach YouTuber. We have a cool Patreon, link in the description for Discord one-on-one lessons. How do I turn this into a real person voice? Let me show you. This part's so important, I needed to bring 2 microphones. So, repeat after me. Milkshake. Milkshake. So let's back up for a second. What does that part of the technique even do? Think of the buzzing as your training wheels. The slow chant kind of buzzing is you pedaling on your bike for a bit. Once you're sure you got the technique, well, the training wheels are now gone. Us saying the word milkshake after using the milkshake, you know what I mean, allows us to transfer the resonance to regular speech. So essentially, this allows us to see what it would sound like when we use resonance with our voice. And also it helps us get used to doing it. But we can go further. Sentences. I love my job. So with sentences, we can of course run into a couple of complications like before. Sentences are long. We may run out of breath. Maintaining resonance can be difficult in one long string of words. So to address number one, you're allowed to breathe. If a sentence is too long, please just breathe. It's okay, I promise. And to approach the second issue, we're gonna space it out. Alright, so I brought my camera person, Pitch. Okay, give us a sentence. A different sentence? I need ad revenue. Yes, that works. Milkshakes are tasty. Wait, did I use the same sentence? I know what you're thinking. Lucy, how did you afford a cooking show? Well, the last video did really well. So hello, and welcome to Lucy's niche trans voice themed cooking show, where we teach you how to speak sentences with resonance, with a tasty twist. With the perfect ingredients, we can turn any voice into a resonant voice. Here's what we will need for our recipe. Water, because hydration's important. Resonance exercises we did before, including the stuff we did in part 2. And the power of the Buzzy Bee.
Oh, you're gonna be a while. I need to make dinner for everyone.
Yeah, I should be free within time frame.
Alright, I'll sit over there, I guess.
Alright then. Enjoy backseating my cooking show, I suppose. Okay. Is everyone good now? Can I continue the voice tutorial?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. For our recipe, follow these instructions we've made at home. Let's grab the sentence, milkshakes are tasty. I will do this sentence in the chant voice from earlier, and then I'll repeat it in regular speech, but with resonance. Okay. Milkshakes are tasty. Milkshakes are tasty. Okay. In between each word, I do the thing again. The thing I explained in more detail in the previous episode. Think of these as an assist. With that knowledge that I didn't realize I repeated in the script until now, let's try doing that sentence together with the and lead it into our new full sentence. Milkshakes are tasty. Milkshakes are tasty. You can kind of do it like a little swing to like get used to going, milkshakes are tasty. We're doing that kind of emphasis just to be like, yeah, resonance, power, that kind of thing. So, how'd that feel? Do you need some water? Water is really important when doing this kind of thing, especially since we're making louder sounds now. So, allow me to swap to a regular microphone. So, you now know my secret recipe. However, it's more of public knowledge, just presented in an accessible way. So, before you go off to practice, just remember, when watching these kind of videos, often the presenter of the video will make it look really easy. My stuff is no different. But voice training takes a lot of practice, but it does work. I've been there. I used to stare at a wall being like, heat from fire, fire from heat for hours. Hours, I say. But the thing that really works is shorter practice sessions spaced between your day and being kind to your voice. You know what I mean? If I did the techniques that I learned online with more patience and more care for my throat and more support around me, I think I would have done this a lot quicker. Sure, I got to a voice that I'm happy with in the end. But I think it took a lot longer than it needed to be because of my inefficient way of practicing. Point is, the goal isn't to sound like me specifically, or anyone you happen to also be watching. This is a piece of the puzzle. But once it's all together, it's so empowering. So make sure to enjoy the little victories on this voice journey. Knowing that you're getting better and better little by little is incredible. I know it's really easy to feel discouraged, especially when the video makes it look easy, because when you see a video, you see my end result. You don't see the journey, I guess. But wherever your starting point is or wherever you're up to now, I do believe in you, okay? The voice is powerful and it can change. I mean, look, the differences between sexes biologically, throat-wise, basically nothing is different. It can change. Everything can change with the throat. It's easy to feel down about it. It's easy to feel like only talented people get to do this voice thing. I know I can't fully do my old guy voice to demonstrate fully.
I can kind of do a guy voice still, but not the same as I could before.
But the point is, when I started, I was told very explicitly by people around me that I was one of the people that weren't gifted with the ability to do a girl voice. I was told very bluntly that I should give up and not speak. And that's nonsense. If anyone's ever told you that, nonsense, okay? Any voice can do this. I know videos make it seem unobtainable or too easy, and then you realize it's somehow unobtainable, but that's not the thing. That's not the truth. The voice can change, and the voice will change. It's just the more you practice, the more it will change. In tiny little chunks, remember. So, to all the trans gals, non-binary pals, femboys, curious cis guys and gals, all of you, I do believe in you. And I believe in your practice, especially. I hope you get what you want from this video. The goal of this video is to present trans voice without complicated big words, to make things accessible and actually understandable is the big thing. There's a difference between focusing on educating compared to showing how many big words I know, which I feel is a lot of tutorials, unfortunately. So yes, this is obviously an elaborate ploy to get people to join my Patreon for voice lessons. That's why these videos exist. That's why all these kind of videos exist. But it also exists to hopefully increase accessibility to trans voice, because right now I don't actually think there's any accessible trans voice videos on YouTube. Sure, I found some that worked for me, but I'm a linguistics major and I've done sound production. I don't think a trans voice tutorial is perfect until it can be understood by everybody. We haven't reached that yet. I don't think I'm the one that's going to reach that per se. But I hope this starts, like, people trying new things on how to explain this kind of stuff. I hope that causes a wave, and then more people try doing voice tutorials, and we can all learn together, you know? So I'll try to be what I see in the world. I'll try to make accessible trans voice tutorials that I needed so badly back then when I came out. Did I succeed in making a successful, accessible trans voice? A successful, accessible? That's strange wording, but it's true. So I'll try my best to be the kind of trans voice creator I wish that I could have watched when I was that nervous 12-year-old that came out to their friends. The nervous trans girl that didn't have much support back then. I want to make accessible trans content that makes people feel good, empowered to do what they need to do. Does this video succeed? That's up to you. Everyone will feel differently. Everyone will have favorites, and it's okay if it's not me. Either way, I'm happy you tried this video. That warms my heart. I hope it helped you. If this video did help you, then I hope you join me for the next voice tutorial that should be out within like a month or so after this one. Assuming this one doesn't take too crazy to edit. What was that sound? I don't know if you can hear that sound, but anyway. Point is, if you're interested in more trans voice tutorials, stay tuned for the ones I'm going to make. And also, I have not one, but 2 that I've already made. So you're welcome to watch those as well. But before I go though, allow me to address the elephant in the room. How did the last tutorial perform so well? Ah! Thank you so much. So many people left so many kind comments on the last video. It's meant the world to me. It just kind of exploded. Like the sound effects. That was my channel. It just whoop. Thank you so much. Like so, I'll keep giving videos my all. Whether it's the ASMR stuff, the tutorial stuff, I'll give it my best. Like, I just woke up one day and the last tutorial kind of broke all my records. It was wild. Thank you so much. That's why I've been so nervous to make this video. How do you follow that up, you know? Am I going to be like someone that's popular for like a week and then no more? I don't know. By the time you hear these words, I would have made the next 3 videos, the role plays and stuff, which I do love doing. I hope you enjoy this too. But how do you follow up a video that exceeded all expectations? Well, my own expectations, and it's nerve-wracking too, because this was like a follow-up to that video specifically, because it's another resonance tutorial. It's kind of crazy. You know, not to be too long about this, but thanks to the really big increase in students jumping on Discord and doing lessons with me, I've been in a good position thanks to that, and I'm really thankful. So whether you watch these videos or you're with me on Patreon or however you enjoy all things Lucy, I thank you. Like, really, thank you. I don't know how to express it. I just... Wow. Well, that's the video. So the next part of the tutorial will cover a different technique unrelated to resonance. I might come back to resonance later to like address certain things, but I'm going to do something else for the next part. So I hope you're excited for that. I know I am. Though I know I have to do a crazy amount of editing for this video still. I actually bought a vertical mouse recently because the last video gave me wrist injuries. But no more. I'm good now. I'm good now. Anyway, point is, so stay hydrated and know that you're valid. Good luck. I believe in you.